Hello and welcome to my top 3 most disappointing things that have happened in 2014 when it comes to gaming. Some of these have affected me, some of them haven't. But there is going to be one that's affected most gamers, or at least a lot of gamers have heard of. So let's start the list. Number 3, Watch Dogs. Oh my god. Where do you want me to begin? Now, Ubisoft, I've got to give them credit for actually trying to make an open world game. The problem was, well, they frankly didn't understand what makes open world games fun. Open world games are basically recreations of a world where you can do anything you want. And in Watch Dogs, you couldn't. It was discouraged for you to go on murderous rampages for no reason. And in every single open world game that I've played, GTA, which is the king of the open world games at the moment, Skyrim, Red Faction, Guerrilla, all of them don't discourage random acts of violence. In Watch Dogs, it does. And frankly, the reason it does it is so monumentally dumb, it doesn't make sense. You are supposed to be a hacker, but you're supposed to be a good guy. That doesn't quite work. I really think that the reasons why Watch Dogs didn't work was, one, we were used to the open worlds of Assassin's Creed, which is actually an open world game, but people forget that. And they forget it rather well. Their best Assassin's Creed game, it has to be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I've been playing that, and I've got to go back to it, and it's still a good game. It's something that you've got the sea, you've got the boat, you've got an interesting way to move around in town, and an interesting way to move around the open world setting. But the problem I have with Watch Dogs is that the way you move around, it's a bit lazy. If you gave Aiden Pierce the ability to do things that any of the Assassin's Creed players could do, it would be quite good if you gave Aiden Pierce parkour skills. And frankly, it would have made the game a lot more fun. Because you've got a new way of thinking about how to move around, and you could have made better puzzles with hacking, and I'll get to the hacking problem in a minute. And you'd had a better movement system other than cars and the odd boat. Now let's get to the hacking problem. Mini games aren't any good in that Watch Dogs. They seem to appear to be pretty much phone games, and I'm not kidding. It's kind of solving puzzles like how to get from point A to point B using pipes, and it's kind of like, oh, for God's sakes. After the third one, you get annoyed with it. And I do mean annoyed with it. There's also puzzles where you've got to go from one camera to another camera to another camera. because you can see the other camera, and you click hack and you go to the other view, and then you go to the other view, and it frankly has no... It's like biting into a bad burger. It looks good, it should be good, but all you get is tasteless cheese, soggy lettuce, and frankly a dusty burger. It doesn't work. The hacking idea in the trailers looked interesting, and frankly I was stupid. I really was stupid getting this game, because I was interested in the hype. I've been interested in hacking for a long time, and I like the hacking idea as a story medium. It should have worked if they played it right. But then we get to the story. The story is the most bullshit one in the history of video games ever. It starts very quickly. It gives you no time to enjoy the character. In things like Half-Life, which is a first-person shooter, it's not an open-world game, but I'm going to give this as an example of world building. You get a long train ride that tells you about Black Mesa. That is really good world building compared to what it does in Watch Dogs. It says, well, here's your world, go play. There are no games that I know of in the open world, single player, multiplayer, that do that. And it really, Watch Dogs really suffers because of the story, and let alone the protagonist, who I have never hated a protagonist in a game until I played Watch Dogs. Aiden Pearce is the most unlikable son of a bitch. He is trying to be Batman in a trench coat, and it doesn't bloody work at all. The problem is that you can't empathise with him, because in the first 10 minutes of the game that you actually play, one of the most interesting characters that I saw throughout the amount of the game I played, you tell him that he's a twat, and you are annoyed by him, but he is helping you, and he is... the Chinese bloke is helping you, and you belittle him. Why? And it gets worse. His moral code is as floppy as a day-old tuna, and frankly, I'd rather eat a day-old tuna than trust him with a cat or a piece of vegetable. I would not entrust Aiden Pearce with anything. Even a salt shaker. I would not trust him with this. He would probably lose it or try and have sex with it. Ah, yes. The other thing. The character is the most dumb idiot in the universe. Because he doesn't see when somebody is trying to be nice to him, and he just thinks there's this character that's supposed to be the love interest. I'm not sure if she is or what, but frankly, I think I've talked enough about the debacle that is Watch Dogs. All I can say is nobody's going to remember that game. Oh, and one other thing. have a DLC pack that fucking works. Ubisoft, you're on my shit list, and it's not getting any better. So, what's on number 2 on my most, how should I put it, debacles of the gaming industry in 2014? Yup. I think you might have seen this one coming. Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, the reason why this is on my list, even though I don't have the actual game, was thanks to my mate. He's been in my some of my videos, and frankly, I am so glad I didn't want to buy this damn game. Assassin's Creed Unity has been a colossal, well, slightly less colossal disaster than Watch Dogs. And I am only talking slightly because people are going to remember this more than Watch Dogs. An 8 gigabyte patch to get the damn thing working, and apparently it's still not working on PC. I'm not sure about PS4 or Xbox One, but frankly, Ubisoft, I expected better from you since I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag and adored it, and I've still yet to finish it. I think they've made a mistake with Assassin's Creed, making it a yearly franchise, and I think it's going to bite them in their ass on the sales of the next Assassin's Creed. Nobody's going to pre-order this shit. Unity is... I'm not sure if it's still a buggy mess when this video's coming out, but I think it is. I don't feel that Unity is a good game, because it might have a good story, but frankly, if you can't get the damn thing running, even on consoles like the latest gen, you really do have problems with the new engine that you've got. And frankly, none of the games I've played recently from Ubisoft have run well. I'm not sure if it's my PC or what, but frankly, they are all getting on my nerves, and frankly, I am hesitant to buy anything from Ubisoft. The last thing I bought, well, was Far Cry 4, and I'm still playing it. Assassin's Creed Unity deserves number 2 because, yeah, that was a scrub of magnificent proportions, and it will be remembered. Unlike Watch Dogs, which I thought came out last year until I realised it didn't. That's how much I remember that game. And the number 1 most disappointing thing that has happened in the gaming industry in 2014 isn't actually the gaming industry's fault. It's the fault of social justice warriors finding nothing better to bloody do. And if you've already guessed from what I just said, yes, I am talking about Gamergate. I don't know if I'm pro, I don't know if I'm anti, I just want Gamergate to go the fuck away, and I have a feeling it's not going to. Gamergate started in, frankly, earlier this year. I can't remember when because it's all been pretty much a blur. With the immortal Zoe Quinn incident of apparently her screwing several people in the gaming industries. Not really, no, that's unfair. Not in the gaming industry. In the game journalism industry. And frankly, everybody got up in arms about it. But then something awful happened. Anita Sarkeesian woke up. Who rattled her bloody cage? Now, if you followed my channel for any length of time, I wasn't... You know I'm not a fan of Anita Sarkeesian, but I wasn't particularly hard on her until there were a couple of tweets. I'm not sure if I'm going to link the video, but there is a video on my channel that says why I no longer respect Anita Sarkeesian, because I did respect her for doing her tropes in video game series, which seems to be getting a little bit silly. Gamergate was actually coined by Adam Baldwin, who has been a nerd culture aficionado. Well, not really aficionado, a beacon of nerd culture. He was in Firefly, my favourite TV series, and my other favourite TV series, Chuck. I think Gamergate is going to go down in gaming history as nobody bloody one is going to win it. It's still going on. I think it's going to go on for another... I'm surprised it's gone on this long. I really am. If it goes on for another year... I don't know. I really don't know, because Gamergate is something that I think needs to be snuffed out. The social justice warriors are getting on everybody's nerves. The people who are trolling the social justice warriors aren't helping gaming at all. Frankly, nobody's winning this, and frankly, it's gonna... I'm not sure it's gonna hurt the gaming industry, but it's hurting the public opinion, if they even give a toss about it. Frankly, there's a reason why this is the most stupid thing gaming has ever produced, and frankly, it wasn't the gaming industry's fault. And I feel sorry for the gaming industry. They are just trying to make good games that sell and people want to buy. Supply and demand. The gaming journalists aren't helping with these articles that appeared, I think, mid-March or February. I don't remember when, but there were a load of articles saying gaming's dying. What? Gaming's dying? I have heard bullshit in my time, but that's grade A bullshit. I really do feel that gaming is gonna flourish, and when I'm long gone, gaming is still gonna flourish. Frankly, I think news journalism of their type, of the gaming industry type, that is done by people like PC Gamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, people like Kotaku. Oh God, Kotaku. Is gonna die. It's gonna die a slow and painful death. And frankly, by the time I'm in the ground, the gaming industry is gonna still be going, but the gaming press is going to be done by fans, and that's what I think is going to be a good thing. So those were my top 3 things that really sucked in the gaming industry, really sucked in gaming. Tell me what you think. Sorry, it's not particularly a good video, but it's a bit rushed. Later, past New Year, I'm going to have top things I'm looking forward to in that year. And thank you for watching my videos. Hope you've had a nice holiday, and better get back to work. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.